what I do want to talk about is the Grammy nominations, right? Since we're already talking about albums towards the end of the year, I feel like we should start looking towards some of the topics that top of the genres that we care about. Because let's be honest, like I like Sabrina Carpenter's album just as much as anybody. It's really good. But we ain't here to talk about no pop album of the year. Come on, let's talk. This is real rap. This is real rap. So I want to talk about the rap albums of the year and R&B albums of the year. I feel like first we should start out with best rap albums of the year. And the 5 nominations are Might Delete Later, J. Cole, The Auditorium, Volume 1, Alligator Bites Never Heal, shout out Doechii, The Death of Slim Shady, Eminem, and We Don't Trust You, Future and Metro Boomin. Now, those are the 5 albums that were nominated for Best Rap Album. First up, I want to get y'all's reaction to who do you think will win? Because I feel like we all might have similar answers to this. Then, what I'm going to ask you is, who would you have taken out of this list? Because I don't think any of us are going to have the same list for this.
I would take out. I'm taking out Eminem. I'm putting Schoolboy Q.
Yep. Blue Lips. Yep. I'm not stopping you right there.
I think he had, for Schoolboy Q, especially for his standards, I think he had a great rollout. I think this is his best album since Blank Face in 2016. Dang, that year of rap really was. Oh wow! But
it was great.
I think this is his best album since Blank Face. I think he deserves to be up here. I don't know about Common. I didn't even listen. I can't even speak on it. I didn't listen to it, but maybe that can stay. But I don't think J. Cole, for some reason, deserves to really be up here. I think for this year, especially, I know I'm a J. Cole defender. I know. I just think for this year, especially, like J. Cole has been, I don't know what to describe as 2024. I think it's been a lot of introspective, second guessing. He's kind of weird when he drops. It wasn't really a big rollout for Might Delete Later. But I mean, I am a J. Cole fan at the end of the day, so it's like I'm not gonna bash him too much, but I do think 2024 hasn't been his year.
Yeah.
So I don't think he deserves to be up here for some reason. I don't know what I would replace it with. If I could put Tyler Creator, Cornucopia up here, I would to sub it out, but we can't. But I just don't think J. Cole deserved to be best rap album conversation this year, and that's just coming from a biased J. Cole fan. So,
you know, Jarris, I actually feel the exact same way as you, dude. I love J. Cole. I will defend him to the end of the earth, but I won't go as far as to say, like, I don't know. I definitely don't think that he should win at all. Since he's in the category, like, I guess at the time there weren't really a lot of other albums that you could consider. Right. And I don't want to shit on Common's album either, because that's the one I really haven't listened to. But I wouldn't be mad to see Doechii win either.
Correct.
No, Doechii's mixtape was hard. It really was. You could tell TDE has had a great year between Doechii, Q, and Soul with Soul Burger and Kendrick. They had a great year.
They had Sir dropped this year, right? That was lackluster. I will say Sir album was lackluster in terms of.
I'm
sorry.
We gonna get to hold on. Let's get to R&B when we get to R&B.
I will sub out Common for Vince Staples. I think Vince
Staples. Oh, I totally forgot about Vince. Yeah.
Yep.
I really forgot.
Dark times.
Because his rollout wasn't that grand, but I do think sound-wise, this is probably the best Vince Staples I heard since his subtitle album, Vince Staples. I think that's 2021. So, I would put Vince Staples instead of Common, but I didn't even listen to Common's album, so I can't really be too harsh on it.
I agree with y'all on the Common thing. I didn't listen to Common's album like that. So I'm gonna take him completely out. I'm gonna redo the whole list. The whole list. I think, like I said, I'm gonna take Common out. I'm gonna take M out, even though I do think The Death of Slim Shady is one of the better Eminem albums. I'm not even an Eminem fan like that. It did get one or two bumps for me. In recent years, it is a solid listen to. It is a long listen, but it's a solid listen to. I'm going to actually disagree with y'all about Jermaine. I like Might Delete Later, and I feel like I'm not mad at it being an album of the year to conversation. And no way, hell, I think it should win. I think We Don't Trust You, Future Metro Boomin. Even if you want, I'm down to count that and the double disc, We Still Don't Trust You, as the album of the year. I want to give love to Blue Lips and Schoolboy Q, should have been nominated. Dark Times, Ben Staples, should have been nominated. And one album that I think that I told people he got robbed last year, but not even getting a nomination, and especially this year, got it mugged, robbed, broad daylight. One of One by Gunna deserved to be nominated. It deserved to be nominated.
I agree.
When we go show Gunna the
100%.
respect, when we go show Gunna the respect he deserves.
I do think in the grand scheme of things, the hold he has on his fan base, like he has really like a cult following, and the music is quality. I do think he deserved to be up here, 1000%.
Bro, Gunna has ever since, bro, he's been on a fucking mission. He's been on a fucking mission since the stuff happened with him and Young Thug. Bro, like he definitely deserved the nomination, especially mainstream rap goes. And as far as like not mainstream, I feel like Almighty J 2, Almighty So 2 by Chief Keef is definitely going to be in my underrated album of the year. Chief Keef was never going to get a nomination, but I feel like that album, same thing with Dirty Nachos. Chief Keef had 2 cold albums this year, but those 3 albums, take out Auditorium, take out Death is Slim Shady, and maybe even take out, I don't want to take out Doechii. I'm gonna take out Cole. You're right. I'm not mad Cole's been in it, but those 3 albums.
I think low key Mustard's album should be up here, but he's just.
You like Mustard's album like that?
It's kind of weird. I don't know. I like.
That don't seem like your bag though. That's what I'm asking. I'm surprised. That's what I'm surprised.
I think I'm trying to push an agenda I don't want to push. I think Mustard's album was enjoyable. I don't think it has enough replay value for me to put it. You're right. I'm tripping. That's on me.
I like Mustard album too. That's why I wasn't even trying to critique you too much.
Yeah, no, I like it, but you're right. I'm trying to step. You know who dropped this year that I forgot about? 21 Savage.
American Dream. That was a solid album.
He's at the very beginning of the year too, so I think a lot of people forgot about it. I forgot about it, but I'll tell you what, it's not my favorite 21 album.
I think it's a solid project.
It's solid. Yeah,
I got a couple of joints on there. Okay, now it's time to get on my rant about R&B. Best R&B album. I want to preface this with I'm very happy that No Worries got a Grammy nomination for Best Progressive R&B Album. Anderson .Paak, Knowledge, I'm Stuff. They got nominated, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy they got nominated.
Why isn't it just in R&B albums though?
I don't know. They kind of split it up like that because they got Gambino on Best Progressive R&B, and don't get me started about that Gambino album. Do not get me started.
What do you mean?
I don't want to take. I love to hate.
I will say
it pains me.
I will say, dang, I don't want to say this.
Should we save it for the end of the year when we get to the albums?
It's hard not to talk about it when it's right there. I will say with that album, it didn't have enough replay value. I don't think he had a hard creative rollout like he usually does. I think since he dropped Awaken My Love, he's been kind of like on the spectrum where it's like maybe he should have stopped. Maybe he should have stopped at the Awaken My Love.
Bro, the COVID album that he dropped, I loved it. I loved it, and honestly, it might be my favorite Gambino album, but I loved it. This Gambino album, it feels like I get it. His last album, so I'm not trying to hark on it too much, and I'm appreciative of Childish Gambino's music. It feels like he squeezed all the juice out of the orange juice and got some of the seeds in the pulp in the juice, if that makes sense. It feels like he wrung out everything he had left in him to make this album, and there's some joints on there. Don't get me wrong, I really do love Lithonia among other tracks, but also it's kind of all over the place. It's very all over the place, and when he misses bad. But that's not even my rant with the R&B albums. I also want to show some love to them giving Chris Brown 11:11. Chris Brown deserved some Grammy nominations. Indigo deserved to be nominated for a Grammy in 2019. fucking love that album. 11:11 last year, fucking deserved it. Fucking deserved. I'm a Chris Brown defender on this app. I feel like Chris Brown, Chris Brown music is so good, and it doesn't get the respect it deserves. Shout out Lucky Day. Algorithm is really, really good. He was kind of on his Steve Lacy type alternative, and he knocked it out the park. But the albums, I feel like, absolutely got robbed in nomination. I get it. OVO had a tough year. Tough year. P4 by Party Next Door. Brother, what are we doing? That might be the RB album of the year. That still goes. And I'm not the biggest Gage. One of my earliest articles, hey, Easter egg for y'all. I did a Party Next Door album review with KTSW like in 2021. With his last album before this, it's the one where he sounded like Party Mobile, where he sounded like Young Thug the entire album. And I wasn't the biggest fan.
I like Party Mobile, actually.
See. But P4, that's classic Party. Late Night Boy should have been nominated. The cover is outrageous for it to be nominated. But shout out to Leon Thomas, Mutt. Oh my gosh, is it great? I think the reason why they missed out on the Grammy nomination with that one too is because they just missed the deadline.
Yeah, isn't it about deadline?
Yeah. So I think, and his only came out like 3 weeks ago too. Same thing with Tyler's. Mutt missed out. I want to get a shout out to Bryson Tiller's self-titled album came out in the summer. Really good. You wasn't rocking with it, Jarris? I like the Bryce out.
I have opinions about that album, and I think it was very lackluster for a Bryson Tiller return. But
I liked it. I feel like Bryson that summer vibe, it knocked it out the park.
I don't know, E. I don't know.
You think I'm missing that one?
I do think in the year of underwhelming albums, Tommy Richmond had the most underwhelming album. I think Bryson Tiller had an underwhelming album. But that's just me. I don't know. Maybe I need to re-listen, but when I heard it, I was like, man, this is...
Summertime, that album was bumping. That what Jason be saying, that got bumps in the rake.
I have to re-listen then, but it did not hit.
Oh, and then another album, I think an artist that should have been nominated for Best New Artist. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right, because I've been bumping Bird's Eye by Raven Lenae. Has been amazing. Amazing.
I think Orion's son, that little I don't want to be disrespectful. The alt lady, the alt black girl, Orion's son is really good. I think she was at Camp Fogno. I think she did like a day set.
What's the album called? The album called Orion?
Am I tripping?
No, I'm asking because you know how much I love R&B. I'll tap in with that.
Her name's Orion's son. Yeah, Orion dropped September 20th. Yeah, she's really good. I think me and Jason heard her at the mall, and I was like, "Who is this?" And I downloaded her music. Now she's nice.
But those are my list for
the Raven. I don't know how to say her last name, but the Raven album really good.
Bird's Eye, One Wish. That's gonna be my song of the year. When we get, like I said, come end of December when we make our albums of the year. A lot of these albums that we mentioned, like I said, we got some other joints too. We didn't even talk about like that, but they're definitely gonna be nominated. Sorry, I just had to rant. But same thing with Sir's album. Oh my, it's great. It's really great. I'm surprised you feel that way about the Sir album. Like, I'm going back to tracks on that Sir album too that I was bumping. Like Heavy, Ignorant, the song with him and Ty Dolla, loved Karma, Love No Evil, Poetry in Motion, Satisfaction. Nothing even matters. This album got joints for me.
I don't know. He
said no comment. He said no comment.
He said my car got declined, Gage. He said my car got declined.
But it just didn't. I don't know. Yeah. I do think for 16 songs, 50 minutes, Only Human is my favorite song. You is pretty good. Ignorant is the best song on the album. But 6 Whole Days is the best song. Ignorant is second. I'm giving Only Human as a personal favorite, And
I
then
think he needs to go back to that. I think he needs to go back to that album.
I'll go back. I have no problem with going back. I got it right here, but I'm just saying, like, maybe because I played it at work, and then I went home and played it again, but it just didn't. I'm like, I was like, good album.
That's an album that I think is really good. And I'm thinking about too next year, not even get to the teaser. I'm like I said, we talked about Kendrick album. The time is gonna come for that for us to glaze that shit. But I need that Summer Walker album.
I need
it.
ASAP Rocky to go ahead and drop.
Yeah.
I think Lil Yachty and James Blake had the most underwhelming duo collab album this whole year.
Yeah, honestly, I
And
think I might be listening to it maybe halfway through. I don't think I gave it a full listen.
It's really forgettable. I think he tried to go with the same flow he had. What's the last album he dropped? That was his best album.
The alt album.
The alt album. It's up there with me with the, like, in terms of duo albums. I think K Tronada and Amine had the most lackluster summer album I heard.
That came out last year.
Yeah, I remember that.
Let's start here.
Comparing it to the duo of James Blake and Lil Yachty beat them, but Amine and K Tronada really made me mad. But that's a whole different rant for a different day.
Yeah, I think we talked about it last year. I think I ranted about it last year.
Yeah, it made me mad. To market it as the summer album. Anyway, keep going, Ethan.
No, I was just saying that those are my Grammy thoughts about the two groups. I guess we can mention it really quickly. Do you guys feel any type of way by Kendrick getting nominated? I think it was for 6 or 7 Grammys, most of them by And Not Like Us.
Nah, I mean, when you have a song like that is played all the time, even still in November, it is what it is. It is. I think it is what it is. I don't see anything wrong with that at all. But maybe I'm just being biased as a Kendrick Lamar.
I don't think you're biased. I think one thing that is missing is nuance throughout this whole Kendrick and Drake beef, and a lot of the stuff that's happened afterwards, especially by these OVO Glazers. What they forgetting is one person won and one person lost.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I translate it to sports, for example. Do we talk about the 49ers, the great season they have last year? Do we talk about the 49ers more than we talk the Chiefs? No, we don't. We talk about the Kansas City Chiefs because you know why? Because they fucking won. The 2016 Cavs. Do we talk about the 73-9 Warriors? No, we don't talk about the 73-9 Warriors. We talk about the Cavs and Braun coming back 3-1, even though he wouldn't have if Draymond didn't get suspended. But that's fine. That's for another day. But we talk about the winners. We don't talk about the losers, right? Yes, Family Matters was great. Yes, I enjoyed push-ups. Yes, I enjoyed the beat on the Heart Part 6. But we don't care. To the winner, to the victor goes the spoils. Not Like Us is going to go down as the biggest rap beef song of all time. One of the biggest hip-hop songs of all time. That's what happens when you win the biggest rap beef of all time. The song gets nominated for 6, 7 fucking Grammys. What Drake say? Kendrick just opened his mouth. Somebody hand him a Grammy right now. Nigga spoke it into existence.
You stupid.
He did it to himself.
He did it to himself.
And the funny thing is, Kendrick is going. I don't think Kendrick performs Not Like Us on the Grammys, right? Because I feel like he's saving that, especially for the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, yeah. I agree with that one.
Kendrick's gonna be there. Not Like Us is gonna win at least 3 of those, at least. And it's tough. Chin up. Chin up. We'll be okay. And I don't get people too like, oh, the song is annoying. Dog, the song gets played anywhere. If it's annoying for you, I can't even speak of it. But bro, it's one of the biggest songs of all time. What do you guys think is gonna happen? Like, I'm not mad at Kendrick winning it. If Drake ended up winning the beef, right? And Family Matters was played as much as Not Like Us, I would feel the exact same way. He won the beef. Of course, that's gonna get nominated for 7, 8 different Grammys. Duh. Especially it being a hit. Them talking about, well, Euphoria is not getting nominated. Dog. Like, what are we doing here? Even though
it's not even the same thing. It's great
not even
song.
The same time. It's not even the same type of song, dog.
Right.
And maybe that's what Drake needed was a Not Like Us. Maybe that's what he needed. But yeah, I'm in agreement. Like I said, to the victor goes the spoils. Of course, Not Like Us is gonna get nominated. Like what? Duh.